Hi everyone, I'm Amanda Salinas and thanks for coming to the Fox 7 Austin YouTube channel and watching this CrimeWatch YouTube exclusive. We're taking a look at some of the most talked about crime stories this week in the Austin area and across Texas. We begin with the latest on an Onlyfans model accused of killing her boyfriend. Courtney Clenny now wants evidence in the murder case against her kept secret. That's according to a motion filed by Clenny's attorney. The social media influencer from Austin was arrested this month in Hawaii. Police believe Clenny killed her boyfriend, 27-year-old Christian Obumsil. This happened at an apartment in Miami back in April. Video shows Clenny was detained at the scene, but she was not arrested at that time. Now, it's not clear what the argument was about that led to Obumsil's death. The couple's former neighbor in Austin told us they fought frequently. Clenny claims self-defense in the murder case. The victim's brother says Clenny has been treated differently because of her, quote, privilege as a wealthy white woman. New body camera video shows the moments a suspect was shot by Austin police after jumping into a victim's vehicle trying to carjack a bystander. Fox 7 Austin's Meredith Aldis shows us what happened the night of August 8th.
Austin PD says a traffic stop turned into an attempted carjacking, then an officer-involved shooting within minutes. At around 11:15 on Monday night of August 8th, an APD officer was conducting a traffic stop at Highway 290 and Cameron Road for a motorcyclist operating a vehicle without a license.
Biker just dropped the bike. 803-1 running towards Patty. Push your hands! Drop it! Drop it! Drop it! 803, drop the gun! 803, well, he's got a gun. 803, he's got a gun. I'm gonna be at Pizza Hut.
The suspect runs toward a shopping center and gets into an unrelated parked car, tries to carjack the vehicle, telling the driver to back out.
Let it go! Let it go! 803 shots fired, one suspect down. Get down the car! Get down the car!
The driver of the vehicle gets out uninjured.
Hey, passenger, both hands out the window if you can hear me.
The windows.
Crack the door open, both hands out the window. We want to help you. We see that you're hurt. We want to help you. Passenger, put both hands on your face. I do not want to shoot you. Please, put both hands on your face. I'm holding lethal.
APD officers then get the suspect out of the car and recovers the gun. The suspect, Brandon Munoz, is being charged with first-degree felony aggravated kidnapping. He remains in the hospital in stable condition. The officer who fired the gun, Michael Bradburn, has been placed on administrative leave. He has less than a year of service with the department. APD is conducting criminal and administrative investigations. Meredith Aldis, Fox 7 Austin News.
Authorities are investigating a murder in southern Travis County. At about 11:40 Friday night, deputies responded to Menchaca Road, just north of FM 1626. There they found a teenage victim with a gunshot wound. The teen died of his injuries while being transported by EMS. The Travis County Sheriff's Office is searching for multiple suspects that fled in a dark-colored four-door sedan. Anyone with information is asked to call TCSO tip line or Crime Stoppers. This is believed to be an isolated incident. Residents in Circle C in Austin are mourning the loss of one of their neighbors who was killed in a hit and run. Here's Meredith Aldis with the story.
Neighbors tell me the lady they saw get hit in this intersection and ultimately died was loved, and this is a huge loss to this tight-knit community.
Bikers, runners, and dog walkers fill the Circle C neighborhood in South Austin.
You'll see people walking dogs. I mean, it's a very busy neighborhood for that.
On Wednesday at around 8:30 in the morning, neighbors say a lady who walks frequently was hit on the corner of South Bay Lane and Way Lane and was killed. They say the driver didn't stop and instead peeled away.
There's kids, there's families. This is a family-dominant neighborhood. Just to be on the lookout and slow down, it's not worth it to catch an extra 30 seconds off your time.
This year, pedestrian deaths have outpaced motorist fatalities in Austin, a statistic Circle C neighbors now have at top of mind.
A lot of people speed through here.
Neighbors say the victim was in cancer remission and had plans to celebrate her 49th wedding anniversary later that day.
It's very shocking. It's unfortunate. It's sad. She was obviously very well loved.
Neighbors tell me the car Austin PD is looking for and believed to be involved in this crash is a dark-colored Toyota Corolla. If you have any information, call the Austin Police Department. Reporting in South Austin, Meredith Aldis, Fox 7 Austin News.
Car thefts in Austin are trending up, and police say some vehicles are being targeted because of a TikTok challenge. In April of this year, car thefts in Austin were up 44% compared to the year before. Fox 7 Austin's Chris Alemko sat down with a detective in the auto theft unit to learn more about what he's been seeing on the streets.
A lot of it's just the city's growing.
With growth comes more opportunity.
Those numbers have been going up. Each year I've been in auto theft.
Opportunity for theft. A July study by Scrap Car Comparison analyzed car theft trends in cities nationwide by looking specifically at tweets. That put Austin at number 2. In another 2022 study based on data from the National Insurance Crime Bureau, Austin didn't even make the top 10. Varying results based on context, but the reality is the hard numbers from APD do reflect an increase in auto theft. According to the chief's monthly reports, auto theft was up 23% in July compared to July 2021. 28% in June, 31% in May, and 44% in April. Detective Francisco Jimenez has worked the auto theft unit for about 3 years.
It's a full gambit.
Sometimes a crime of opportunity, other times organized crime. But he pointed out one recent trend.
It was a fraudulent rental, so he lost his $17,000 in cash.
Criminals using fake identification to purchase cars in someone else's name, then making a profit, often on sites like Facebook Marketplace.
It's something that I guess was originally we saw more in Houston, and that's kind of migrated its way up here.
It's also happening at rental car companies.
So we had one recently where it was a fraudulent rental that was rented in Austin, but then it was sold on Craigslist in San Antonio. But it was a $40,000 truck being sold for $20,000.
Detective Jimenez noted Dodge Hellcats are often being targeted in these identification scams.
We've seen those with airport thefts where people were utilizing locksmiths, basically lying to the locksmiths, telling them, hey, it's my vehicle, I lost my keys, and showing some sort of fake insurance card and then having a locksmith make a key for them.
They started with a charger piece, like this.
Another trend, thanks to a recent TikTok challenge, has Kias being targeted because they can be stolen using a USB charger. Ultimately, stolen cars don't always just affect the car owner.
A lot of these vehicles are used in secondary crimes, such as robberies, homicides, burglaries.
Which is why APD asks that you don't leave your car running. That's a big risk. Also, be cautious when buying used cars online.
If you see a vehicle that's below market value, that's too good to be true, it's likely it's a stolen vehicle.
Detective Jimenez also talked about license plate readers and how they help officers track stolen vehicles. City Council was recently set to approve a resolution directing the Austin City Manager to identify funding to reinstate the license plate reader program, but that item was postponed to September 1st. To Killeen now, where a second suspect has been arrested for the death of a woman who was shot while visiting her son's grave in Killeen in March. Fox 7 Austin's Angela Shen has this update.
And that's how I want her to be remembered, as our Wonder Woman.
Nina Armanderas met her Wonder Woman in the National Guard 15 years ago. Yolanda took her in.
And that was our very first encounter. She didn't even second guess it. She tried so hard to make sure everybody was on the right path. Everything, she looked out for all the soldiers and everybody she knew.
In March, Yolanda Gauja was shot and killed while visiting her son's grave on his birthday. Amir had died in January. He would have been 22. Yolanda's children, Sierra and Karan, were on FaceTime with her.
My sister-in-law was running, and we asked her what was going on, and she said that they were shooting and she was hiding.
I kind of just felt like it was like somebody was playing a joke, and it wasn't funny.
A second victim was also shot and survived. 17-year-old Christian Weston and 20-year-old Demario Moore were arrested in the case.
It wasn't targeted, actually. It was to somebody else, and she was just caught in the fire, I guess. They got the wrong person.
Police haven't released a motive.
For any kid out there that's involved in the stuff that they're involved in, just think, because you ruined your own life. You ruined somebody else's life.
I miss her energy, her laughter. When I'm telling my story, I feel like sometimes I could be making it up, but it's like real life.
She was my go-to for everything.
But a step closer to justice still doesn't bring Yolanda back.
She's getting the justice she deserves, I guess. I don't really know how it makes me feel. It doesn't bring any kind of peace.
To me, she wasn't my friend. She was my sister. She was my mentor. She was like a mother to me.
A San Antonio teenager is in jail after posting terroristic threats directed towards a right-wing youth conference. And the FBI arrested 19-year-old Alejandro Richard Velasquez Gomez Friday. Officials believe Gomez was planning a mass killing similar to the 2014 shooting at UC Santa Barbara, where 6 people were killed. Tampa police told the FBI about the threats made on social media. According to the affidavit, Gomez was planning to execute a, quote, day of retribution and threatened revenge on attendees of the Student Action Summit. The SAS is an event hosted by conservative youth group Turning Point USA. Authorities confirmed with American Airlines that Gomez had purchased a plane ticket to Tampa, where the event was being held. He faces charges of threatening interstate communication and child pornography after a search of his phone records. In Dallas, police found a tiger cub inside of a home while serving a warrant. The man arrested for having the tiger is a Texas rapper with a lengthy rap sheet. At the time, they were arresting Devarius Dantes Moore on a gun charge. The feds found the tiger cub in a cage in Moore's home. They called Dallas Animal Services to pick it up. That same day, there were rumors in the neighborhood about a tiger on the loose. Some neighbors were alarmed by the amount of investigators on their street. They became even more concerned when they learned about the tiger.
A neighbor called me up and told me, did you hear there's a tiger running around in your neighborhood?
I'm glad he got handled by the authorities, because he shouldn't have had a tiger over here, period.
The tiger is safe. Thank you for watching this Fox 7 Austin Crime Watch. Our exclusive Crime Watch stories run each Monday on Fox 7 Austin News at 9. To learn more about the stories featured today, look for the links below this video. You can also find more stories on our website, fox7austin.com, or subscribe to the Fox 7 Austin YouTube channel.